You know, I was talking recently to someone who really does want people to embrace the truth. And this is a person who he himself embraced the truth many years ago. But the discussion I had was a little concerning. And what was proposed to me was the idea that if we make it easier to embrace the truth, and if we don't cause people to embrace the whole and the full truth, maybe people will find a way into aligning more with the truth than they would have been previously. Believes that the message of Messiah Yeshua is a hard message, and it has become a message that for some people that he would really like to see embrace Messiah, it is just too difficult. He was talking about the problem of miracles. He was talking about the problem of prophecy. He was talking about how this is a point of difficulty for many people, and people look at this account of miracles, the account of God breaking into history, the account of God saying 800 years before things happen that this is going to come to pass, and this is going to be how you know that we are a people of God and that God has spoken about what he's going to do and God has done it. This causes those of us who have embraced the Bible, this causes those of us who have embraced the Spirit of God, this causes those of us who have embraced Yeshua's death and his resurrection, and this causes those of us who trust in this to look around and to wonder, are we in a generation and an era where people are ready to embrace supernatural truth? And you know, while people are talking about having difficulty embracing Messiah and embracing Scripture and embracing ancient truth, people don't have a problem embracing the New Age. People don't have a problem embracing the idea that there's vibration, crystals, or energy, or other things going on. People don't necessarily have a problem embracing the idea of UFOs and aliens and various other heretical things that speak of life and truth and something other than God's revelation. So we can embrace things that are outside of our experience, and indeed, I really think that in our era there is an embrace of the paranormal. And there's all sorts of people making videos on this. There's all sorts of people who are looking into this. There's all sorts of people who are encouraging folks to end up embracing a world which you can't see, smell, taste, or experience in a physical and a present reality. So it isn't that the Bible is speaking of things that are beyond our perception, but there is something going on in the human heart at this point in time, in the era and the time that we're living in, that makes it harder for people to embrace simple truth by faith. I am thinking of the life that we're in, and Scripture says that at the end of days, at the end times, there is going to be an abyss that is opened up, and the abyss, when it opens up, is going to have all sorts of evil, all sorts of spiritual influence, all sorts of things that are going on that are not of God, but that are rather demonic and that are going to cause people to love things that are harmful, love things that are problematic, love things that are difficult. And as we look at the time that we're living in, we see all sorts of people embracing behaviors that harm other people. We see people embracing behaviors that cause pain and cause suffering. We see people who are attempting to live in a realm where they're reaching for something, where they're grasping things, where they want something that matters, but that is beyond their perception. And I really believe that it is the witness and the testimony from ancient times, the testimony of Abraham, the testimony of Moses, the testimony of the prophets of the Hebrew Scriptures, the testimony of Yeshua of Nazareth, and the testimony of apostolic faith, the apostles who walked with Yeshua, who knew Yeshua, and who spread the teaching and the testimony as Yeshua had given them. This is the thing that brings us into present reality. And I believe that there is much that is spiritual that is not righteous and is not good. I believe that there's much that speaks beyond what we can see, touch, taste, and perceive that will not necessarily lead us into happiness, hope, joy, and truth, but that is equally there and that is competing for your attention, but will ultimately end up bringing you to harm and to difficulty. And as we walk in the days that we are in, understand that not all that is beyond perception is working for your goodness, but some of it is working to deceive, some of it is working to destroy, and some of it has to be tested very hard. And if you've been in a place where you have come into a perception where what you are believing is not life and truth, there is plenty of time to ask the God who created you to rescue you, to do a work in you, and to bring you in line with the truth. Shalom.